Lesson 5. The Magic Things. Once there lived a poor couple in a village. The husband was a lazy man. He hated work and did not earn anything. But his wife worked as maid servant in people's house, and what she earned was hardly sufficient to make both ends meet. One day the wife flew in anger and shouted, "You are useless man. Hereafter you will not get anything to eat unless you don't work and earn money." The husband was perturbed at this insult and decided to go to the nearby town to earn money. The wife was a bit considerate and gave him 3 chapatis tied in a piece of cloth. The husband took leave of his wife and set off. In those former times, the journeys used to be travelled on foot. He walked through a forest and in the afternoon sat down under the peepal tree when he felt hungry. Because the 3 chapatis were the only food he had with him, he was undecided as to how many of them he should eat. He pondered over the matter for a while, and when he could not decide as how many he should eat, he shouted, "Should I eat 1, 2 or all the 3? As luck would have it, the peepal tree was the abode of 3 ghosts. They thought that the man sitting under the tree was a mighty one and was planning to eat them. So one of them jumped before him and pleaded, "Dear sir, if you promise not to eat me, then I shall give you a goat. It is a magic one and would give out as much money as you wish to have." The lazy man was all too happy to have the goat. He made his way back to the village. When dark dawned, he decided to rest in a house en route. He came across a potter's house and sought refuge for the night. The potter's wife gave him food and bed to sleep. While going to bed, the lazy man said to her, "This goat is a magic one. You must not ask anything of her." After the man fell asleep, snoring loudly, the potter's wife asked of the goat a silver coin. The goat delivered it. She was astonished at the miracle the goat did. She wanted to have the magic goat for herself. So she changed the goat with one of her own. In the morning, when the lazy man reached his own house, he could realize that he had been duped by the potter's wife. So once again he set out with 3 chapatis and made to the peepal trees. Sitting under it, once again he shouted, "Should I eat 1, 2 or all the 3? This time the second ghost appeared before him and said, "I will give you a grinding stone if you do not harm to us." The grinding stone is a magic one. It would give you as much flour as you may desire. The lazy man was happy. He once again walked to the potter's house and requested for the night's stay. Before he went to bed, he said to the potter's wife, "Do not ask any flour from the grinding stone." The potter's wife once again changed the grinding stone with her own. When the lazy man returned to his house in the morning, he knew that he had once again been cheated. So he once again walked to the peepal tree with 3 chapatis and yelled, "Should I eat 1, 2 or all the 3? The ghosts were a teased lot now and wanted to teach him a lesson. So the third ghost came before him and gave him a thick staff. He said, "This staff will beat anyone who happens to demand anything from it." Lazy man wanted such thing only. He wanted to teach a lesson to Potter's wife. Once again approached the Potter's wife for a night's stay. The avarice of the Potter's wife was at its zenith. The lazy man said to her, "It is a magic staff. You must not dare ask anything from it." After the lazy man went to sleep, the Potter's wife changed the staff with her and decided to check it. She said, "Give me what you can." Hardly she had finished that, the staff began its job. It beat the Potter's wife black and blue. She was all cries. She ran to the lazy man and implored him to save her from the calamity. The lazy man said, "The staff can stop only when you return my things." The Potter's wife returned the goat and the grinding stone to the lazy man. Now he returned to his house. He could have anything he desired to have. It made him a rich man now, and he began to live happy life without having to work. Word meaning: perturbed, perplexed, pondered, considered, pleaded, requested, yelled, shouted, duped, cheated, avarice, greed, bewailed, cried, zenith, highest point, implored, requested. Let's learn grammar. Past perfect tense. The past perfect tense is used to indicate an action completed before a certain moment in the past. The rain had started before we reached the station. The doctor had arrived after the patient died. Note: in the above sentences, two actions happened. In such cases, the action happened earlier, that is, before the other, is put in the past perfect tense, while the action happened later is put in the simple past tense. Given below are some more examples. Note: understand carefully the use of before and after in the above sentences. Form: affirmative. I, we, you, they, any plural noun, he, she, it, any name, had, seen. Negative. I, we, you, they, any plural noun, he, she, it, any name, had not, hadn't, seen. Interrogative. Had I, we, you, they, any plural noun, he, she, it, any name, seen.